It's Wednesday night. It's the the NBA draft.
Oh my goodness.
And it's the boys from WTBS. So you know what that means. We're talking about
the NBA draft. Justin,
they're talking about the NBA draft. I'm waiting for you to finish that sentence, man.
We weren't on here when Caitlin Clark was getting drafted. This is the NBA draft. This is when the Rockets draft the future face of the league. Going to see it here tonight in about 15 minutes. The Hawks are on the clock already. Justin and I coming at you live NBA draft. We love our little draft night live episodes. A couple people, join us. It's always fun. There's been a lot of, trade rumors starting with last night in the NBA. The first two picks, you got the Hawks going first, and then second, you got
the draft order is right there. We got the the Wizards going to?
The Wizards, Hawks and Wizards. Yeah, the Wizards
did also Rockets going 3.
The Wizards made a trade about an hour ago. They traded Danny Avdija to the Portland Trailblazers for Malcolm Brogdon and a draft pick. So the Wizards drafted Danny Avdija probably 2 years ago. One of those foreign kids drafted and already shipping him out.
Israeli kid.
So see what happens. It's supposed to be 2 French players going first here, Justin. Is there anything that you're looking forward to? I know you said that the Lakers are picking 17th. Are you interested in a first-round pick? Probably not going to make much of a difference picking a guy at 17. Probably not going to, get any significant playing time. But are you looking forward to anything, any trades, any certain pick? What are you looking forward to?
Well, it's kind of hard to say because right now we're still looking at this new coach that we just got. And we don't, what is he going to run? What kind of formations?
And say his name.
JJ Redick. And here's the thing as well. We're shopping Austin Reeves, our let's say quote unquote star shooting guard of the last 2 years, who's been pretty clutch, kind of been an Iron Man for us, shows up every night. He's being shopped around. Some of the names that are being talked about is DeJounte Murray. That's out there. So we'll see what happens with the Hawks having an early pick. I don't expect us to move up. I really do hope we're out of the Bronny lottery. Please, with 17, please don't let that happen. Because if that happens, I'm losing a lot of faith in Jeanie Buss very rapidly if that were to happen. But looking at 17, man, that shooting guard to replace Reeves, Johnny Furphy from Kansas will be there. Similar game, similar style. So if we do find a way to move off of Reeves, that's a guy I would like to see.
I mean, how do you feel about the trading of Austin Reeves? Obviously, that's somebody that y'all drafted, hit on him. Wasn't drafted very highly touted out of Arkansas, but he has, made it into y'all's rotation, even started at times. How do you feel about shopping him around? I mean, there's already talks that D'Lo won't be coming back either. So what type of changes are you looking for? What's going on in LA right now?
I really don't want to see Austin Reeves because he seems like he's a chemistry and a glue guy for the team. You know what I mean? So I don't really want to see him leave. He does come from OU, not a college I love, but that doesn't matter in the NBA. I just don't want to really see that guy go. I'm happy with D'Lo. I'm happy moving off of Rui. And if we have to move off Vando, I know his defense is great when it's available, but it wasn't really available this year. And Gabe Vincent's still there, who we got as a culture guy, thinking he was going to be the 3-point guy for us. He didn't play much this season at all. So there's a lot of pieces we need to get off of money-wise, and it seems like we're going to be heavily invested into LeBron for the next 3 years. We're talking about $160 million in investments into LeBron. By that time, at the end of his contract, he will be 41 years old, bro. So
how do you feel about that? How do you feel about, 56, 58
entrapped
at 41 years old?
We feel entrapped because we can't get off of that. If we get rid of LeBron, it doesn't just free up all that money. That's not how the contracts work in the NBA. We're still going to be locked down. So it's better that we sign him than if we were to let him go. So we're stuck. We need him at this point because we don't get to sign another superstar just because he leaves. We have a better chance of signing a superstar if he stays. So definitely stuck.
And what superstar are you wanting? I mean, I know I'm hitting you with a bunch of questions, but we probably won't be on long enough to see the Lakers pick. They pick at 17. I know for sure we'll get through the top 5, but we'll see how long we stay with y'all, see how long it takes. The Atlanta Hawks pick is in, so the commissioner's at the podium right now.
Ben, are you on Facebook real quick? I just want to make sure that we are live.
Yeah, I did share it on Facebook.
Okay, cool. I've not seen it on my end, but that's fine. Yeah. So what would I like to see? Well, we got small forward taken care of with LeBron. We got AD. Those guys are not moving. If we're moving D'Lo, then it's got to be a PG that we need a point guard. It's got to be the one. Here's the pick.
Yeah, Zachary Risacher out of France. Two-time medal winner in FIBA World Cup, silver in 2023. Named 2024 Euro Cup Rising Star. He averaged 10 points in 22 minutes. I mean, his suit looks pretty mid.
Yeah, so this guy, for most of the season, wasn't ranked the number one overall prospect. It was actually Sarr, the other Frenchman from
who declined to work out with the Hawks, right?
Yes, he did, and he was 7 feet. This guy 6'9", one that just got picked up. But because of that decline, I guess the Hawks didn't have enough scouts on France to just be like, we're going to go with the guy that's willing to work out for us. And it paid off for this guy. We'll see what happens, bro. What does he play in reality? He's big, he's lengthy, but he's a guard. Like, what do you think of a 6'9" guard in the NBA like that?
Crazy, bro. I mean, he shot 44% from the field, 3.8 rebounds. I mean, the definition. This is for the Hawks. I don't know. I really don't know what you do here. I mean, to be honest, this guy will probably be playing in the G League for most of the year. I mean, we know that the Hawks do have a lot of question marks. There's been the talks about DeJounte Murray's value being a lot higher than what is of Trae Young. But we know that both of those guys are on the block. Let's say Justin is the GM and not the idiot Pelinka. I mean, who are you
Not taking? An idiot. He's awesome.
He's an idiot. But who are you taking between like a Trae Young or a DeJounte Murray, a Spida Mitchell, who really isn't a point guard, so I wouldn't include him in that. But Trae Young and Murray are readily available. We know that Murray has been rumored. Do those guys intrigue you, or does that not get it done for you?
So if the roster stays the way it stays, and we're just thinking of AD and LeBron, give me Trae Young over DeJounte Murray. I think the way that his game sets up with AD, I think that's incredible. Now, if we were to move off of somebody like that, then I would want DeJounte and want someone who's a little more ball dominant that's going to, be able to shoot it as well as drive it in. With his length, he's like, 6'4", 6'5". So I would take something like that over. But if we're keeping the same roster, we're keeping AD, we're keeping Braun, give me Trae Young, and he's honestly on my wish list right now.
Nice.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, we need the shooter.
He's out there to be had, too, though, bro. That's the good thing. Like, we know that even since last year, it's kind of looked like the Hawks have been ready to part ways with Trae Young. It seems like whoever they can get the best deal for, they'll part ways with and just keep the other guy. I don't know if they'll ship both off, right? Because that'll leave them without a point guard. But, yeah, here they add this kid who averaged 10 points in 22 minutes, and
They're going to put him on the wing. He's going to be on a forward spot. The small forward is what's going to happen. I don't think we're going to see him if they keep DeJounte or Young. They're probably not going to let go of both, right? You don't see the Hawks leaving both out there.
No, you gotta
so then this kid's going to move to the small forward spot. But hey, the Rockets do pick third, Ben. Who's on your wish list? Are you thinking you need another center? That Klingon kid from UConn, 7'2", good on defense. He's out there. He'll be there probably at 3. Or do you really want the Kentucky kid, Reed Shepherd, a little undersized, 6'2", doesn't quite really play the point, but man, can he shoot it?
Yeah, we need shooting. The Rockets really need a knockdown shooter. I mean, arguably our most consistent shooter last year, you could say was probably Jabari Smith, and that's saying a lot. Jalen Green has his month spurts, but it just lasts a month. It's not consistent.
Are you giving up on Jalen Green by saying you want another shooting guard?
I mean, I've been giving up on Jalen Green. I see this kid more as a point guard. I don't see him as a starter, possibly a backup starter, but like playing meaningful minutes. Also, maybe like a design just shooter. I mean, he shot really well in college. He's a Kentucky guard, bro. I mean, the list goes on about Kentucky guards and all those guys that get drafted. You don't miss much. No, he's not a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
All those guys got length, though.
Right, but I mean, Maxey doesn't have crazy length. And
what's Maxey at 6'3"?
Isaiah Quickly, another one out of Kentucky, a guard, just beast. De'Aaron Fox, another guy out of Kentucky, just beast. Like Calipari drafts these NBA guys. He's
Yeah,
a
he
gamer.
does.
He's a gamer. He's not going to be the most athletic guy, but just his shooting ability and I believe like his IQ. He's been the guy that I've wanted since the beginning. If we didn't trade the pick for a more established superstar that's just going to kind of help get these young guys over the hump. But it seems like we're going to end up sitting here with this pick. A lot of talk about Klingon, like you said. Windhorst this morning talking about if the Rockets do take Klingon at 3, you could see them shopping around Sengun. Been in some Rocket spaces, and it kind of comes down to what vision does Ime see for his team. Does he see a vision of wanting, a traditional center, a bigger guy who's more defensive? He can rebound. He's going to finish. Or does he want kind of that new style of guy like Sengun? I don't see them giving up on Sengun. I think that's all smoke is the Klingon shit just to try and get somebody to overpay maybe for that third pick and get Klingon. But I believe the pick is Shepard. I've wanted Shepard. Like I said, Kentucky guard, man, I'm good on that. The pick is in here for the Wizards. We got the commissioner walking to the podium. We expect
What
this one
about
to be Alex Sarr, right?
Yeah, I think this is going to be Sarr for sure. What about Kevin Durant? We saw a lot of rumors this morning. Waj was going crazy. Windy was going crazy.
They threw
Do you
themselves out
feel
there,
like Kevin
right?
Durant's a real chance for you if you guys go get Klingon tonight and you're going to ship Sengun for Durant? Do you feel like that's a possibility if that happens?
That's a big possibility if we're going to include Alperen Sengun for sure. But I mean, that's like the one guy that I feel is untouchable for the Rockets. He's 21 years old, bro.
Yeah, he's a bright spot, but you're talking about the best offensive guy in the NBA.
Right, but 36-year-old, we're not going to give up the future for 36-year-old KD after several injuries. Hey, we traded what
Y'all
we
traded to get younger for a reason. I agree.
And we also traded like we own the Nets pick. So I wasn't a fan of this because I'm on that Cooper Flag bandwagon. He's going to Duke.
Yeah, number
Obviously,
one.
next year is the consensus tank for Cooper Flag. We had the Brooklyn Nets pick. They traded, they ended up trading Mikal Bridges to have the Villanova reunion in New York. So the Nets are probably going to be the worst team in the NBA with the best odds at a number 1 pick. And the Rockets own that pick next year. They ended up trading it back to the Nets for all of the picks that the Nets got for the KD trade from the Suns. So now the Rockets said, we've drafted, I feel like what they're saying is we've drafted enough young guys to where we can't just keep drafting young guys because we're going to have to pay everybody. We're going to give our young guys this window, which I feel like they're banking on the Suns blowing up that team in the next year to 3 years for sure. And it's a 36-year-old KD. We saw Bradley Beal rarely plays. They're strapped for money. They have no picks because they traded them all for Beal and KD. So they're saying, okay, let's give our guys a little bit of time to prove it. And if not, we're banking on the Suns team kind of imploding the way that the Nets did. Or we just try trading for KD or Booker and give the Suns their picks back. So I think the Rockets are just pushing the timeline back a bit, and you just can't keep drafting 19-year-old, 19-year-old, 19-year-old after. So that's the game plan right there, Justin, is give these guys 3 years. That's when we have the Phoenix Suns pick up until 2030, and pick swaps, all that shit. So still have one Brooklyn Nets pick in 2027. Like the picks are just going to be 2026 and beyond. So that gives these guys 2 years, figure it out or trade those picks for a superstar. I can't hear you, Josh. Let me rejoin real quick because I'm getting no feedback here. I don't know what's going on, man. I'm not getting any feedback out of my headphones. I just disconnected them. Hopefully I can hear you out of my laptop. Nope, I can't hear you out of my laptop.